Alright, video number 2. You can call this lesson 2, you can call this session number 2, which way you want to look at it. You could also call it week 2, because maybe it takes you 2 weeks to nail that first session. And that's okay. Nothing good happens in a rush. We want to make sure things are right. Maybe you've done the first session and you're still in the same week and you're like, I'm good to go, give me more, man, give me more. If that is the case, here's more. Which in any case is more. So here's the next thing you need to do. You need to grab yourself and the people that you're with running this business or starting this business up. You need to grab yourselves together. You need to give yourselves at least 90 minutes, 90 minutes, with no other distractions, no one else, just you guys. You need to look at what you did in the last session, which will be your customer vision, your business mission, which will become your objective, and then the key results, the things that you're going to measure. You're going to bring that diagram in with you, with it completed, and this one as well. So you've got all the information that you need. Then you're going to sit together and you're going to reflect. You're going to say, right, we want to achieve that customer vision, that business vision, those OKRs. We want to achieve that by the end of the next quarter. So, in the next week, what do we need to start? And then you're just going to come up with loads of different ideas. No one's got a bad idea at this stage. There's no such thing as a bad idea at this stage, literally. Anything goes. So no one should be blocking anyone. Everything goes. The best way to do this, I've found, is to get sticky notes. And for everyone just to spend 3 minutes or 4 minutes writing as many ideas down as they can. Just for start. Things that you should start doing. And then one by one, person by person, they stand up, they go to the nearest wall and they say, here's my idea. This is something I think we should start. And then if someone's got an idea that's similar, they can then bring their sticky note and say, oh, I thought of that too. And you know what, here's an extra detail that I thought of that complements your idea. No one should say that's a bad idea. It's not on. It's not okay. We're having an open brainstorming session. Everything's a good idea at this stage. The process takes the conflict out of this scenario, so we don't need to disagree with each other at this stage. Everyone can just go, that's a great idea. Or that's a good idea at least. Or that's okay, you know. So one by one, you'll all go through your ideas. You'll match the ones together. The post-it notes that are in common, you put in the same place. So if you've had a similar idea, you put in the same cluster, right? And you'd actually make a start column and you'd put all the post-it notes on that column and then you group them up just so they're nice and organised. Then you'll spend another 3 or 4 minutes saying, right, guys, what should we stop doing? And it's okay to start thinking about your life and this business as intertwined, because they are, right? Bad life, bad business. Probably true. Bad energy within yourself, bad decision making. Bad family life, something bad happening at home. You're going to bring that with you into the business, right? Something you're not quite happy with. So therefore, what's the things you should stop doing? Make a big list. Spend 3 or 4 minutes and do exactly the same process. Maybe start with someone different this time. Let them start the process off of saying, this is an idea we should stop. Anyone else got that in common? Put your sticky note nearby. Tell me more about what your sticky note means. Go through each one. Then you go to continue. And you do exactly the same exercise, 3 or 4 minutes in silence. Everyone puts their ideas forward. Then you go one by one. One person starts it off. They put one idea up at a time. The next person says, oh, I had that as well, actually. I had something like that. Cool. Bring it up, add it next to it, and then continue until you've got no post-it notes left. Then, again, either on a digital whiteboard or you can do it physically on a wall, you make this axis that you're seeing here on the screen, right? The value and effort axis. This bad boy here. And what you want to do is put all the good ideas at the top, right where that value icon is. You want to put all of the good ideas there. So if you look at your big list of things to start doing, stop doing, continue doing, then you put them on this axis. if you've got groupings because you had a lot of ideas in common, just bring the title of that group of sticky notes and say, okay, that is a high value idea with low effort, because we believe, again, this is about decision making and your thoughts, so it's not perfect, it's only as good as you are, really, or as good as your facilitator is, or how good your coach is, or how experienced they are at least. So what is a high value idea? Well, a high value idea is something that's going to help you deliver your OKRs. A high value idea is something that's going to help you achieve your business mission. A high value idea is something that's going to help you create your customer vision. What's effort? Oh, come on, you know what effort is. What does it take to make that happen? Is that big? Is that small? You know, does it cost a lot of money? Is it going to take a lot of hours? What's the effort involved? How complicated is it? How complex is it? How many parts need to come together to pull that off? So then just start to plot all those different groupings you've just gone through on that axis. And lo and behold, your answer will be looking right at you. You will have a bunch of stuff in this high value area. It will just be here. High value, low effort. Bang. And you have loads of stuff maybe down here. High effort, not so much value. So that's okay. You know, these ones definitely you need to go with, right? High value and low effort. 100% need to make them happen like yesterday. The others you're just going to keep there and you're going to look at on a case-by-case basis. So then you're going to go down to here. You're going to make these columns, either in Trello if you're doing it online, or you do it on a wall again. You can just make these columns, or on a whiteboard. And back to your post-it notes, you grab these one by one and you take them off that axis and you plot them here, bang, to do. So we know straight away all of those high value, low effort ideas, they're going to go in that to do column, in a list. Then you're going to look at all those other sticky notes and you're going to think, and you're going to say, right, what do we actually need to do here? You know, maybe you have a high value idea that is high effort. Maybe that's okay for this point in time. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's other things that you're better off doing. So you need to think about this. So you need to have a look at all of the ideas and shape them up and make sure you're focusing on the right things. I like Trello personally because you can add a title on Trello called to do, and then you can put your activities below it, same as in progress, same as done, and then everyone can see through an online tool that you can get on your phone for free and online for free how things are progressing. You can leave comments and notes, you can upload documents, and it's pretty nifty. Or you can use an online whiteboard like we're using now called Mural. Again, it's free. You know, you can see I'm using the free plan. It's all good. Use it. Why not? It's free. And then once you've got that list of things to do, you want to move over to really thinking about any musts that you have for the week ahead. So maybe because you're starting, you don't have any musts. That's okay. Maybe you've already got some bookings, so they must happen. So maybe there's things you need to do in order to make those bookings happen that must happen as well. So just plan them in. Make sure you know who's going to do what and when. Now, the only other thing you want to do at this stage is to think about when are we going to reflect on whether we nailed this plan or not. And how are we going to improve, because there's always improvement, how are we going to improve on this next time? When we run out of stuff to do, how are we going to create more ideas for us to do? That are high value ideas, that are high value, low effort ideas, that are going to move the needle on our OKRs. Maybe you can use the start, stop, continue framework again. And there's more that you can use, and we can help you find more ways to keep those sessions interactive and fun. Just message me. Hey Ryan, we're doing a team improvement workshop. Can you send me a new format? No problem. I've got loads that you can use that are really fun and useful and effective. So, rhythm is all about knowing what to do, planning out the order, figuring out who's going to do what, making sure you know when you're going to communicate. So for sure you're going to want to communicate at the end of the week, because that's when it's finished. So probably either Friday at the end of the day or Saturday morning, you're going to want to get together, or Sunday, whatever you decide. And you're going to do what I call a review and plan. You're going to review what you've done. You're going to look at that done column, and you're going to go, right on, brothers and sisters, right on. You've done a lot of good work this week. You should feel proud about yourself. Maybe you'll look at the work that's in progress and go, okay, we weren't able to do it this week, but that's all right. We can plan next week. And you'll have a look at all the stuff and to do, and you'll think, wow, okay, well, we got ahead of ourselves there. We thought that we could do a lot more in a week than we actually can. So all you'll do at that point in time is then plan the next week ahead. So you'll say, look, we've got a bunch of stuff that we need to do. What are we going to get done this week? You just draw a dotted line, or you can make another column before to do called backlog, as we call it. And that's where your list of all of your ideas go. So you have a backlog of all of your ideas. Then you have the to-do for the week that you're going to focus on. In progress is self-explanatory. Done is done. So then you plan the rest of your week. So on a Friday at the end of the day, or on a Saturday or Sunday, you get together as a team, or you take yourself to one side if you're a solo business person, and you just focus on, okay, how did that go and what happens next? The review, how did that go? What happens next? The plan. You may decide that there's some obvious things you should improve about the way that you work. If you're using Trello, you might decide that, come on guys, write a description, or if I at you in WhatsApp, like read it within 24 hours and get back to me because you're slowing things down. Or you might decide, don't WhatsApp me, just call me when you need me, right? Stop sending loads of messages, I can't handle it. But whatever you decide as a team, find a way to improve going forwards. All right, so that is lesson 2, session 2, week 2. That's the next thing you need to get in the process of knowing what to do, making sure they're the right things to do, making that a visualized workflow, making sure the musts do actually happen, and then getting yourselves in a regular rhythm, patting yourselves on the back, feeling good for all the mountains that you moved and things you've been able to get done, planning effectively for the week ahead, and going again and again until the next video, which you could see as week 3, you could see as session 3, you could see as lesson 3. It's just the next step once you've embedded this rhythm. Once you have this rhythm, we can then build momentum. So fantastic. See you in the next video.